Hello everybody, welcome back to the Artisan of Glimmith. Last time we had a much more successful episode doing the gems on the Gemini and Delta window. Very happy with myself for going about and doing those. Right now, over here towards the middle of this town, there's precision, polyominoes, and mingle shapes still needing some attention. Shall we see what remains here in precision? It says there's 3 puzzles. There's a 6 there. There's a 5 there. And where's the last one? Up here? 6? I assume that's that. Yeah. 6, 6, 5. Oh, this thing. Okay, well, fresh eyes. Maybe there's some way we can make some progress here. First thoughts with new eyes. Obviously, this is our precision 6 shape. Well, it's not our precision 6 shape. We have precision 6 as a rule, and the ones that touch it are Geminis, which means they must also be this shape. Now, it's entirely possible that there's like all of them are this except like one which is that or something. But if we start on the proviso that they're all going to be this, I was thinking about how does these two stretch downwards in a way that is kind of satisfactory? Because it would be 2 over, then 2 down, then 1 over and 1 down. But that leaves this gap here that is no good. So that means that this has to be this with then 1 and 3 under, and then 1 down. But that doesn't touch this shape at all. So I think that leads credence to my idea that many of the shapes that surround this are going to be this shape, but not all of them have to be. Which does make things a little more scary. Because then you're playing with a rule set that's not in stone. There's just enough wiggle room for it to be scary. So, if this has to be too wide here, I mean, how does, well, it doesn't have to be too wide, does it? It could. Is it that? Yeah. Okay. That. If I can just build enough of these to touch everything without leaving lines that touch the edge, because that's where we get caught up trying to make regions of 6 specifically, I think. Right, we can do that, but then I can't do it here. And that becomes my greatest problem. Because this all exists within a 3x4 from corner to corner. One, 2, 3. Now this is 14, which does not divide by 6. These are the problems we face. It's the same problems I faced the previous time I was here, honestly. So then I'm back to, where can I find an inn to be like, okay, this must go here? Because we know this is like room to float. So how can we build this shape? 1, 2, 1, 2. It would be that, but that leaves these, so that's no good. That, but that leaves this. No good. I feel like this corner is fairly constrictive, which makes me think there might be something for us to latch onto here. Because I don't know that there's any way that I can build this shape around this corner. Well, that doesn't look bad. $15 does not divide by 6. I'm going to rotate this in some fashion. That's the same 15. I can't go out. Ooh, 12. Love a 12. And is a 12 that is confined into a 1x1 space, which means there can't be multiple solutions. Now, can we bring it home? That's 5. I'm so hopeful that this must be it, given that I found 6s on the opposing side. I just have to be able to colour in. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to pick up one of these. Oh, come on. There must be a way. There must. Can't do that because this must get out. If this is like a false positive, I'm going to be so mad. I just have to think about how to transcribe that shape around. Well, it's not that shape. That's for sure. Like, once again, I could check progress to see if this is correct and then build out the rest of it. But I don't want to. I want to trust in myself that there is a way to do this here at the end. But I don't see it, and I'm terrified by that. It's not that, because that leaves an 8. Then it would have to be... What's the other way around this can go? 2, 3, 1. I don't think this is going to be it, gang. Oh, that can't go that way and leave that as a 1, so that would have to go there. which leaves that. So if I get rid of all this... Oh, dreams do come crumbling down. Okay, so this version of this is wrong. Is this still wrong? Yeah, okay. Well, that's a great shame. I really thought I was onto something when I found a border of 12s. Damn Drat and Blast. That leaves 5. That's no good to me. That's quite nice. That leaves a lot of big spaces for 6s around. That's 15 though, which is no good to me. How could I leave 6 south of this? With this 2x2 here and 2x2 here, I don't think I can. I don't think it works. Oh, what can I do? If I can't just intuit the solution, what can I do about this? There's 54, so there's 9 shapes of 6. I understand that much. Obviously, the ones on corners can be different shapes, but this one has to be one part of a unit, as does that one and that one. I just don't know what else I can do. And that's frustrating. For me and for you, I'm sure. There might even be one tiny bit of logic that should be staring me in the face and you're like, Gothic, do the thing! Do the thing! And I'm like, I don't know what the thing is! I already thought I might be able to use something using this too, but... it did not help. I mean, something I could do, hypothetically, I guess, is start working through all the tile. Like, is there a way that I can make that shape from this tile? Because I can do that, but that doesn't touch anything. Can't do that. Because if there's not, then I could go, okay, this tile never makes a complementary piece. And then if I could start eliminating tiles by non-complementary pieces, maybe that's something. It's not lots, but it's something. And when you don't have anything else to latch onto, a little bit of something is a lot better than a whole lot of nothing. I do wish I could just pick up this tile and slide it around and stuff. So, 2 down, 1 over, 1 across. Leaves that, that's a no. 2 down, 1 over, 1 across, doesn't go. That can go, but it's the wrong place. That can't do it either, leaving that. So, this tile exists outside of the fixed shape. Does this tile? I think so. Seems like a painfully slow way to try and get that to go, though. I can't. 15 minutes on just that puzzle? Was it really? Did we not do another one yet today? Oh. Did I do a 4 before this? Oh, that's the one we're on. I don't know, man. Right, so you're a big scary nightmare. You're a different big scary nightmare. Okay. Precision 4. Well, you have to get out, you have to get out, you have to get out. That line can't be shared. Gemini Delta's Precision 4. Where do we go from here? This can't go back on itself. And these 4... Well, these don't have to be 4 different 4s. They just have to be at least 2 different 4s on opposing corners, which is a whole thing. Lordy, it's a nightmare. Where can I go with this? Obviously, there's not that many ways to make a 4. Because let's just take stock of our tetrominos. We've got line piece, 2x2, T piece, and Z. And not counting for reflections and stuff, that's it, right? Oh, there's L. So those are the 5 shapes we're working with in this whole puzzle. So obviously, those have to get out, we know that. I'm just trying to think about where might a specific shape be fixed in this kind of jammed up area. But really, that's just colouring. I need to figure this thing out in the middle, I think. Now, okay. This has to be different from this. But this has to be the same as that. So these can't share a border. Because we can't go A, B. So that's a line that exists. Which actually tells us quite a lot. Because this has to get out to here. They can't share a border. This has to get out to here and is either going to go left or right. So that's actually good. What else does that tell us? I mean, I could hypothetically just do this and then keep coloring until I come up against it, but I don't want to do that. Hard part about these is that they can rotate, like that's the same as this, rather than just that. So if this is A, this is also A, this is also B, and then we'll call this AC and BD, because it doesn't have to be AABB. It could be ABCD, you know? That turns into a lot of permutations to try and note down, doesn't it? Right. Whatever this is, it's 3 long, which means this can't be 3 long. So, if we can have line, square, T, Z, and R, this cannot be L, cannot be S, it cannot be T unless it was specifically this. That could be. It could be Z, and it could be R. That's more possibilities than I like. It just knocks out L and S, really. I should call this I. And this is L. So where can we go from here? It's a great question. What else do we know? My brain just keeps going on big loops of like, okay, if whatever this is, this has to be the same, but that has to be different. It has to be different than this as well. But they could be the same. Like, maybe I should just start doing some coloring to at least try and provoke some thoughts, you know? That leaves this at 9, which it can't be for 4s. That makes for 8. You have to be an L. Oh my god. Man. Sometimes when you vibe, the vibes are strong. Who'd have thunk it? Alright, I'll take it. We take these. We do. 2 left. My nightmare and this scary looking thing. Precision 3 is so small, so tiny. Everything is either a hook or a straight. And that's it. It's all that or that. Where do we begin? I guess this has to come out. This has to come out. This can't be a hook, because if this is a hook, that's also a hook. Therefore, this one's the straight one. Which means this is a hook, whether it goes that way or that way. We don't know. Obviously, it can't leave the corner vacant. So it's that or that, right? This is our little ambiguous wiggle. So that means that this is a hook, this is straight. Then this has to be straight, but I don't know whether it goes up or down, except I do. It has to go up, because then that can be 3. Does it feel like this is going too well right now? So, if this is straight, this is hooked, straight, hooked, straight, hooked, straight. Now, if that's hooked, it can't hook that side and leave this alone. So that has to be hooked. That has to be straight, that has to be straight, that has to be straight. I think all of that makes sense. Then, for this to be hooked, that can't hook that way and leave that straight. So that has to be hooked. That has to be straight, that has to be straight. Which means that has to be hooked. That's straight, that's hooked. That's straight. That's hooked, but we don't know which way it goes. Ambiguity on there, I think. If this is hooked, that's straight. That can go. If this is hooked, that's straight, that's straight, that's straight. That's straight. That's straight, that gets stuck. So, the hook goes up. Then, if that goes up, that hooks, that leaves that alone. So that has to hook. If that's a hook, that's straight. I don't love that. I don't love that at all. Because that can't do that. Oh, I'm so sorry. These are... That's a hook, that's a hook, that's a straight. That's a straight. Maybe that does work. A hook. A hook, a straight, a hook. A hook, a straight, and a straight. Difficulty 6, my butt. Like, a puzzle like that has so many immediate straight lines into logic. And this guy is the bane of my existence. And it's the last one for precision puzzle. Oh god, right, let me rehydrate a sec. Okay, can I bang my head against the wall against this more? This is a real question I'm asking myself. There's got to be only so many ways to get these shapes around this, you know? Like, it can't be there. Like, is there a minimal viable number of them to do? That's 11. Which is no good. Doesn't help that like 30% of the time I go to reach for the shape in my head, I get the wrong one. Is this the same? This is the same 12 I found before. It can't be the same 12 I found before. How did I get it that time? I swear I found this pair of 12 earlier. Maybe I didn't get this line right, but hey, I will take it. That is our precision window completed. All right, well. I'm looking forward to revisiting the forest trailhead here. There's 13 puzzles to do, but I think they're going to be a good mix of mechanics I like and mechanics I haven't visited in a little while and so on and so forth. Is that 8 windows now over here? I believe. Yes. 8 of 28. This, I still wonder, is there like one puzzle sat in there? Well, I could see a second ago there. I can see a pedestal there in the mist. There is a window to make, and I can see another pedestal there. So it's not just one pedestal in the darkness, or in the brightness, I guess. But for now, another solid day's puzzling. Hit that like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.